Hey guys, welcome to another Plus One Daily. My name is John Olson. Honored, grateful, thankful that you guys have decided to stop by the blog and watch the presentation today. We're going to dive into something, and I got the idea. I'm actually going to be reviewing this book very shortly for Plus One. And I mentioned it, I think, earlier on this week too. But anyways, it's Chris Guillebeau's $100 Startup. Again, a book that was recommended for years as one of those books you should read, specifically if you're an entrepreneur online. This is a really, really good read. I'm loving it. About 3/4 of the way through. But he touched on something that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. It was kind of it was chapter 8 called Launching, and the steps needed for a good, successful product launch online. I'm going to be doing some things with my trusty whiteboard pad, so hopefully you guys understand what I'm trying to write down. But I'm not an artiste by any stretch of the imagination, but hopefully you guys do understand what I'm going to be writing down here, because there is a formula for launching a successful program or service online, and it was revolutionized and kind of introduced to the world by Jeff Walker. Product launch formula was his claim to fame, and this guy's went on to become ultra successful and basically the grandfather of product launches online. And he broke it down to a science, and I'm not going to get into totally all of it, but a lot of it is the DNA of his teachings, as well as some of the stuff in Chris's book, but also my own experience when it came to launching programs online. So why do people launch programs? Why do you need to be launching fresh stuff or creating good content? It's just, to be put simply, yeah, you make money and stuff, but more importantly, it's to become top of mind. The more you're active, the more you're out there doing things, the more people think of you. Does that make sense? It's not an egotistical thing. It's not you want to make a ton of money. It's not like that. It's you need to be thought of all the time. And a lot of people online launch things one year and kind of disappear for years and years and years and are not heard of again. So there's a reason why you need to be launching stuff, creating content, being out there in front of people, and that is to become top of mind so that people actually remember you. But anyways, there's, the typical launch is kind of like, you have this huge boost and it's just like skyrocket, right? Like, so you launch something and it just skyrockets and you make a whole lot of money and everybody is happy. This is a great feeling. Well, if you launch something, you know that it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. But the reality of it, it's more like this. It's more like a bell curve. You launch, you make a lot of money, it kind of plateaus, and then it starts sinking. And what happens is there's something really interesting that happens in this kind of like bell curve of a product launch. Excitement is building. Everybody's talking about you. You're making a lot of money. It's plateauing. This is when you're the king, man. You're the king or queen. You're rocking. Everybody's talking about you. Everybody's excited. But then what happens is that the interest starts fading. Or what happens is that someone else launches a program and competes with you, and the interest in your program kind of dies down. So these type of roller coaster bell curves is kind of what not all of internet marketing, but a big chunk of internet marketing was built on. Marketers had to keep launching stuff not only to be top of mind, but also to create income. Because what happened was, even though income was going up, expenses was rising too. So you had customer service requests, technical issues, more promotion to keep it rising. So you had costs going up, but the money being made was going down. That's a dollar sign. That's a dollar sign. My horrible dollar signs. So you had expenses going up. You had customer service things going up. Everything was, the costs were rising, but the income was coming down. So marketers kept launching these programs over and over and over again to keep their plateau rising, keep making money to pay for their customer service and support issues, and to also be top of mind. Nothing wrong with that model. Okay, listen, I'm not critiquing it. I've seen it be very successful over the years. Some people have built $1 million businesses from it. So if it's working for them, great. I really do prefer this approach. and I'm writing it down, and then I'm going to show it to you. I call it the turtle method, but it's slow and steady growth, consistent over time. Now, this is ideal. I mean, let's be honest. If you could have a never-ending increase in money over time, we'd all be laughing. But what else is going up with your slow and steady approach is you're being thought of consistently. So you're still catering to that top-of-mind game plan that you're trying to do. So instead of relying on the launches and the launch and die, you're doing a slow and steady approach to this. So yeah, you're launching programs. So, maybe 1 year you launch a program, then the next year you launch a program, then so you got like 3 years of launches. So there's a launch every year, and you're continuing to grow. But what's happening is that there's not that dip. And how do you get that? I mean, this is ideal. This is fantastic. This is wonderful. But this seems like a very utopian way of doing things. Well, I think the steady is what's needed here. Slow is a given. If you're only doing one product launch a year, that's 3-year game plan. That's a slow approach. I guess that's up for debate, but for me, that's a nice, steady, and slow approach. But the steady is what's needed to make this happen. And what do I mean by the steady approach? I mean showing up every day. I mean +1. Do you see? Do you see the power of the +1 model? It caters to the steady part of that formula. If you're showing up each and every day, you're interacting with people each and every day, you're providing great content like we talked about on the last video, we're adding value to people. You do this over time during these 3 years, launching programs is beautiful. It not only is it easier to do because you've built great relationships with people, but it's a slow and steady approach. There's no dips. Yes, listen, put the disclaimer out. There's always going to be dips. If you're an entrepreneur, there's going to be dips. That's a given. But over the span of, let's say, 3 to 5 years, if you're doing this, you're showing up every day, you're +1ing. So every single day, you're just +1, +1, +1, +1, +1. And you're going up the hill doing +1 each and every day. It gets easy. It almost becomes second nature. Going and talking and interacting with people doesn't become a burden. It becomes something you actually want to do. It's not like you're trying to, push sales on people. Sales actually come to you because people, again, remember what we talked about at the start of this program, is that people really, really, really want to be around people that are active, top of mind. So the more you're out there in front of people, the more you can launch things successfully. An example of some stuff that I've done over the years. Before we got started in our company, me and one of my business partners launched a program, developed it, catered to the market, really, really hit a home run with it, and it was really, really popular. We didn't launch a program until another year, and actually the DNA of the company actually got changed. We added another business partner, and then we created a program called Click Track Profit. From that first launch and the excitement that we had built, we were showing up each and every day. We were there interacting with people each and every day. We were building our brand as people that actually are here in business. Steady. The steady approach. We're here. We're consistent. We are going to be here today, tomorrow, God willing, for the next week, the next month, the next year, the next quarter, whatever. We're showing up each and every day so that when we launched that first program, Program 2 was a breeze. Program 3 was a huge success. And yes, there's little dips. There's things that happen in life, but generally over time, the slow and steady, the turtle method, I term that. I'm such a brilliant marketer. The turtle method really, really, really does work. You want a slow and steady approach to product launches. Again, the bell curve thing that the industry is kind of like famous for. If it works for you, fine. You know what? You figured it out. I haven't figured it out, but good on you. It works for some people. This approach, to me, it can't be beat because you're not playing with the roller coasters. You're avoiding them. You're not doing the ups and downs. You're looking for a slow and steady approach to business, and you do that steady part by showing up every day, giving value to people, +1ing, adding content, customer, you name it, customer service, answering support, whatever it takes so that you are top of mind. When someone goes, hey, XYZ is a really good guy, a really good gal, they're fantastic, the word gets spread that, yeah, and they've been doing it for a long time. That's the key. The key to this, in my opinion, again, is the steady. It's the +1ing each and every day so that you can do these program launches and avoid the dips, avoid the ups and downs, because we want that. We want this graph. This is a really, really sexy. So this is the slow, steady, and sexy way of doing product launches to be top of mind consistently for years and years and years to come. Hope you guys enjoyed today's +1. I will see you guys again on Friday. Have a great day. Be good to each other. And may the force be with you. Toodles.